Okay, everybody.
It is.
It is 6 p.m. It is January 22nd. Welcome to the regularly scheduled Town of Rhinebeck Town Board meeting. Would everybody please stand and join us for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I'm going to go slightly out of order. We have here tonight with us our former town councilperson, Ed Roberts. Ed was ill the last meeting of 2023, so we did not get to wish him our heartfelt thanks and love in his retirement. So I'd just like to speak a little bit. We have something for you, Ed. Ed first got involved with the town board, I think through issues going on regarding large-scale mining on White Schoolhouse Road. I would see him at different events and he would smile at me and come and shake my hand and say, I really like the work that you guys are doing on the board and I think I want to become involved. And he ran and got elected. Ed served with us from 2016. He was elected in 2015 through 2023. And when I tell you that he served with a kindness and a generosity of spirit with all of us, with his, not only us, his colleagues, but especially the staff and everybody that you oversaw as a liaison. You did it with such kindness and love. You were a wonderful, wonderful, just spokesperson and advocate for all of your all of your liaisons. You did such a kindness, and speaking for myself, I've already missed you terribly, and I hope we get to see you around. I cannot thank you enough, and this is what service is. It's running and serving for a term or two and bringing the generosity of spirit and the love for all the people that what we work for. You always took the high and kind road, and I appreciate that.
Yay.
We have something for you. It's just a little thank you. I hope you like it, and I hope you have room for it on your table or something.
It's a wine glass.
Yeah, it's a personal old-fashioned glass. But
I was thinking bourbon.
It's beautiful.
it has the dates of your service and the town seal on it.
Oh, that's super.
I just want to, here, take a look at it.
I'd almost leave the board to get one.
It might happen to all of us. You can pick out a piece of engraved crystal of your choice. Thank you, Ed. Yeah. Would you please say a couple of words? Yeah.
I just want to say that it's been a pleasure serving for the 7 or 8 years that I was here. It was wonderful working with a great staff, and I really enjoyed that the most. Just helping Rhinebeck become Rhinebeck was a pleasure on its own. And as I said, the people I worked with were just wonderful. I really enjoyed all the staff and all the various liaisons, as Elizabeth mentioned. And that was very rewarding. I really enjoyed that. And I want to thank you all, and I will miss you, of course I will.
It
Thank you.
shows that.
I don't
Thank
know where
you.
to find it.
You will be missed. Hopefully we'll still see you.
I used to see Ed at Wonderland, and for many years I thought he owned the place or was at least the manager. So I didn't even know his name. And then when I was called for interviews, when I was appointed, I walked into the room and this guy from Wonderland. What are you doing here? We'll miss you, Ed, but we're going to pester you.
I know you are.
Help us a lot. You're going to volunteer a lot.
Phone calls.
Attaboy.
Thank you, and heal quickly. I'd like to have a motion for the approval of our prior meeting minutes for January 2nd, 2024, our reorganizational minutes, January 2nd, 2024, our regular town board meeting minutes. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Ellen. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chauncey. Is there any discussion or questions or comments or concerns? Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Passes unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Bye, Ed. Bye, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you.
We The town CAB, the planning board, and the Board of Assessment Review all have vacancies, and we are looking for volunteers. We also need volunteers to help us with a bunch of initiatives we're working on, our rural road inventory and initiatives, our biking and walking trail connecting Amtrak to the village. There are a bunch of projects we're pushing forward. Please see the town website for the list of 2024 town board projects and sign up and help us. We need volunteers to get things done. All dogs must be leashed in the town of Rhinebeck. See the clerk for dog registrations, and they must have rabies shots. Please check with the building department if you're thinking of building anything or remodeling anything in the town. Get a permit. And oh yes, the tax bills have gone out. They went out. You should have received them today. Ta-da! They went out last week, and they're due until the end of February, February 29th. Oh, it's a leap year.
Yeah.
You get an extra day without penalty. After the 29th, there'll be a penalty, and then I think in May, the county takes over, June 1st, at the end of May, June 1st, the county takes over, and you can't pay us. You have to pay them. So pay your taxes. I have one more announcement. It's a little distressing to me. On Thursday, the 18th, at about 6:30, someone broke onto our new artificial turf playing field and did donuts on the field. We can't assess what damage is done until this snow is all melted. We do have cameras up, and the cameras did catch an SUV with a driver and a passenger, and someone drove onto the field through our emergency doors, which will now be locked, and did donuts. It's really distressing. We've spent a lot of time and energy and town money, taxpayer money, and money of donors, and I don't know why someone would do it. If anyone has any information, please call the village police. Anything from anyone else? Okay, please turn to tab 1. I'd like a motion for Resolution 2024-044 for our noise ordinance local law. May I have a motion? Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chauncey. Hi, Warren. You want to take us through this?
Is the noise law?
The noise law.
The noise law. Okay, so basically we have worked a long time on this, and with the help of various board members and Jim Levy, our planner, and Brian Tam, our zoning enforcement officer, and have identified some issues with the current noise local law that we thought were difficult to implement. And so we have created essentially a new local law, which incorporates a lot of what was in the old local law. But the new local law has a major change in it, and that we are now controlling unreasonable noise as a prohibited act. The new local law states that no person shall cause or permit to be made unreasonable noise. For purposes of this chapter, unreasonable noise is any disturbing, excessive, or offensive sound that disturbs a reasonable person of normal sensitivities. And that law has been found in other jurisdictions and by the courts to be enforceable. We then have a section in the law which assists the zoning enforcement officer in controlling unreasonable acts of noise. We now have criteria for evaluating what's an unreasonable amount of noise. And that section E of the law states that no person shall make, continue, cause, or permit to be made verbally or mechanically any unreasonable intrusive noise. The standards to be considered in determining whether an unreasonable intrusive noise exists include but are not limited to the following. 1, the volume of the noise. 2, the frequency of the noise. 3, the periodicity of the noise. 4, whether the noise is usual and incongruous with the surrounding environment. 5, the volume and frequency of the ambient noise, if any. and the proximity of the noise source to any residential, educational, medical, religious, or judicial facility, the use, nature, and character of the zoning district of the immediate area where the noise source exists, the time of day or night the noise occurs, and the duration of the noise. So those are the criteria that the zoning enforcement officer or the police department, if they're called upon to enforce it, would apply to the situation. And we do have certain decibel levels that are defined in the law. They're similar to what we had in the old law, but they've been changed a little bit. The law has been reviewed by a code enforcement officer, Brian Tam, who indicates that he thinks it's acceptable for purposes of enforcing the noise regulations in the town. And I just have a comment from our planner in which he stated, this is Jim Levy, as we had discussed in the past, this really comes down to enforcement and managing expectations of the public on what realistically, reasonably can be done to handle noise complaints. Basically, it'll be a case-by-case basis. There are enough tools in the law to enforce the law in the discretion of the code enforcement officer or the police, whoever receive a complaint. So with that in mind, I prepared a resolution scheduling the matter for a public hearing, the adoption of the local law. It's a type 2 action under seeker. It's not subject to environmental review. And I indicated that the local law would be scheduled for a public hearing probably at our February
12th at 6 p.m.
February 12th at 6 p.m.
Is it long enough, or does it have to be 30 days?
No.
10 days.
Oh, okay, good.
And I don't think that this requires a 239M referral, but you might want to check with county planning to see if they want a copy. They probably don't want to be bothered with this. And it does not have to be referred to the planning board. Okay. So you have the resolution, and it's just a matter of voting to adopt the resolution to schedule a public hearing.
Great, thank you. Again, the public hearing will be scheduled for our next regular town board meeting on the 12th of February at 6 p.m. Any comments, questions, concerns?
And copies of the local law will be available in the town clerk's office if anybody wants to. It'll be
Also-
posted on our website and on our bulletin board.
Thank you. Great. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll look forward to hearing comments from the public on the 12th. I think we're good, Warren. Thank you.
That's it? You need-
Yeah, that's
don't
it.
need me for
You
anything
can
else?
sail off.
On to your next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I'll see you.
Any-
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Same to you. Tab 2, Resolution 2024-045, New York State Retirement Standard Workdays. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thanks, Chauncey. May I have a second? Thanks, Alan. Everybody, anybody who's newly elected has to do this within 120 days of their election. After 8 years of, you can keep your same time reportage for 8 years, but you have to recertify it. Joan, am I getting this right? You're
Actually,
giving me
two
the...
different things. This is required yearly, and it actually is all departments. And you're talking about the non-time
The elected
clock
employee,
punching.
non-employed.
Right.
In addition, all right, I'll keep this separate then. Any further questions or
I
comments?
asked Shelley that whether I had to do it. She said, because I'm not in the retirement system, I don't have to.
I don't know if that affects it. And Joan is our records keeper, so see Joan after the meeting.
Yes,
But Shelley's usually right.
yes,
Yes.
almost always.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. A motion, please, for 2023-046, purchasing the Maintenance Department landscape trailer.
Motion. motion.
Thank you,
Second.
thank you. I'll take Alan and Chauncey. I've spoken to Bobby about this about 400 times. I think I'm up to speed. If anybody has any questions or comments, no? We need a new little trailer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. I will make a motion for 2024 or 047 for our preliminary accounts payable abstracts for 2023. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I will make a motion for 2024 or 048, our preliminary accounts payable abstracts 1A for 2024. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chad. Any comments, questions, concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. The last order of business for tonight is 2024-049, which I'm making a motion for our capital projects abstract. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chad.
Chad.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, I should have said questions, comments, or concerns, but it's only a couple $100. I think it's self-explanatory. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Chad, you're good?
Good.
Passes unanimously. Any new business for the board? Any discussion items for the board, either pertaining to anything on the agenda or off the agenda? Rudy?
I have a question to ask about the draft ordinance on the noise.
Sure.
Can we come here?
Come on up.
One part I wanted to get clarification on was C-2-J.
I'm sorry, which,
At page 2.
This is tab one.
okay.
Page 2 of the resolution,
Right.
or the agenda?
No, it's page 2, Jay. Yep.
2. I got
Sound
printed
for
out.
power
Sound for power
equipment shall not
equipment.
exceed 80 decibels at a distance of 50 feet from the nearest lot line?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, does that mean 50 feet from the lot line of person's
Yes,
property or into their property?
from.
From. So if you're standing on your own property using a piece of equipment that is 79 decibels, and it's 50 feet into your neighbor's property, at that 50-foot point, 79 decibels is considered okay.
Yes.
Is that a mistake?
No.
That's deliberate.
Yes.
Okay, right. Thanks.
Sure. Any other comments, questions, or concerns? I would like to, any public comment on any non-agenda items? I would like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss the actions of a particular employee and the appointment of a particular person to a board.
Second.
Is that good, Bill? Hi, everybody, we're back. Thank you. Okay, I don't think we have any action yet to take, but we had a great chat. And any other further comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you on the 12th of February.